Thank you, y'all, for being here. Definitely to PAMZ's family, first and foremost. My name is Tony Davis. I'm from Carver, not born and raised. I moved here when I was 7, in 1977.
I was born in 1978.
Yeah, so I was born in I was moved here in 77 into 60, right there, 60 East 106.
Right.
And then eventually, 20-something years later, we all moved out. They moved my family, they moved my parents to 50 East 104. So I got the best of both worlds in terms of being from 2 different sections of Carver. You know, Carver is 4 sections, 99th to 106. And we here to talk about somebody today who was bigger than the projects. We all know him as OG PAMZ. And I knew the man since I probably was 14. He's a little younger than me. God bless his soul. Today, what I'm gonna try to do is not to get emotional, but I'm gonna try to get through a presentation on how we can turn his legacy into a foundation. And by doing that, we're gonna have to erect what's called the board of directors. So in my day job, I work in education and youth development. I've worked right here in Boys Harbor for years, Baruch College. I've run some huge youth development programs. While being from this hood, I know what it's like to get out this hood, and I know what it's like to have to come back to it. PAMZ is one of those people who never left the hood mentally. Even physically he could have left, but he never left mentally. And what he showed me is that no matter how big we get and how far we go, we gotta come back and pay it forward. So today what we'll talk about is how we can erect a board and what this will mean for his legacy. That, again, I just want us to think legacy. So this will be known, unless Carl has any objections, as again, the Paul OG PAMZ River Foundation. And it will run as what we call a not-for-profit. As you told me earlier, you have an LLC, correct?
Yes, he does, yeah.
So you talk a little bit about the LLC to people and what you guys have done with the LLC so far?
Well, I didn't, I was with him, but he always did his own thing.
Right.
But I know he definitely wanted EHS to be LLC, so he did that.
Right.
He got the certificate and everything. I just seen it in the house. I should have brought it. But
So,
bring it next time.
right, what we're gonna talk about today is like,
You can see more about, what it's on the definitely.
so PAMZ was smart because in terms of entrepreneurship, his LLC allowed him to make money
Right.
as an entrepreneur,
Right.
as a business owner, small business owner right here, pizza shop on 3rd Avenue.
Right.
And what he did, he's allowed to kind of work with school-based programs. So we're gonna turn that legacy into more business entrepreneurship, teaching our kids how to write a business plan, how to write first, how to read, right, getting them ready. But we'll start this in middle school. So I wanna get started again. Stop me at any time something don't make sense. You gotta questions because you're not supposed to know this stuff, right? This is why we're gonna form a board. And again, we're gonna document every meeting that we have. And I'd like to do this the first Sunday of every month. Big goal is something we're gonna talk about right now, so you can skip me. So again, we're gonna go back to the agenda. So today we're gonna talk about, well, first let's do this. Let's just think about, let's go around the room real quick. Tell me one thing you'll always remember about PAMZ. Just one thing, no matter what. It could be a situation, it could be an event, it could be something he said, and then tell me what PAMZ meant to you, right? I'll start. I think one thing I'm always gonna remember about PAMZ is we were sitting outside on 106th Street. This is years ago. I remember his daughter was very young, and I remember her being attached to him, like wrapped around him, literally. Legs, and like had him up in his arms type of way. And I sat there with him for probably an hour. And it was the type of father that he was. It was how he could talk to her even at a young age, right? They had a way that they communicated. And I have a young daughter, she's 21 now, but what I saw at that time in parallel was how important being in your daughter's life was, right? Very, very, very involved dad. So that's one thing I always remember about him outside of everything. We get a bad rap for how, we looked at as parents and fathers in general, but that was a good father. That was a great father, as a matter of fact. And I'm sure that many other people feel that way, especially his kids. But again, let's go around the room. One thing you'll always remember about PAMZ and what PAMZ meant to you, no particular order. Anybody who want to start?
His smile, he just laughed. We just on 6th Street,
Yeah.
You just cracking up at somebody that was dancing George.
Yeah, so I want somebody to write down some things that people say. If you could, you was already writing down. So she said smile, laugh, because we want to record these things. These are things, and I'll show you how this makes sense later. Who else? Thank you, Ida.
The first time we ever did parties or business meet, coming out doing gigs for him, he just believed in me, period. He believed in me, he told me from day one, yo, man, I got you, and from then I just, like, yeah. So he was always a big inspiration.
So we quantify that with inspiration. Right, that's what we're saying. So inspiration, you remember by how he inspired people. Who else?
Yeah, that was my best friend. My everything. His heart was just so big. He wanted everybody to win. He wanted everybody to be a boss. He put some people in a position just to be a boss. He don't care if you gotta come out of his pocket to do it. He wanted to see everybody winning. He wanted to see everybody have an opportunity, always. Like, that was just like that song that Spud made for him is just all the way him. Like, how he did that so fast, just knowing, PAMZ's heart, just who he was to people, regardless if he had to come out of his pocket, if he didn't, like, man, that heart was so big, baby.
So can we say he wanted self-sufficiency? He wanted people to be self-sufficient. So when you said that touched me, because you said he wanted people to be bosses, not workers, right?
Like she said,
No,
he put people in that position. He wasn't just a giver with money, he was a giver and giving people knowledge.
Right,
Giving
to
people
look,
step
start
through that
just
Trainer, teach the teacher, right? Teach the teacher.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this. Do what you gotta do. That was his heart. Like, he wanted everybody to win. He wanted everybody to be a boss. If you could be a boss and what you doing and what you love, he will help you and put you in that position to be a boss. You gotta just fix shit.
kept the kids in sports.
We're documenting this stuff. I hope we document writing this stuff down. Who else? What did PAMZ mean?
I was about to say that ditto off Quad because he did have the biggest heart.
Yes, he did.
And he'll never tell nobody no.
No, it was hard for him.
No. And when it came to the kids, it had to be about them first.
Right.
All the
Yeah.
time.
That's right.
And that was them.
Watching him get dressed in the morning, so excited to be, you know, like, just to be there, like, it's just like, so dope.
I think that what you're saying right now is how this becomes a foundation. Because those memories live on. You can feel the energy in the room. Anybody else? Again, this is what we call an icebreaker, so we can break the ice. And
Remember
it
the
is.
video they had on YouTube?
Uh-huh.
The video they had, that's like what's his everyday life. He can get up before the sun is up.
Yeah.
Like you see, like I used to, like I work early in the morning. So I'll be in the city like 5 in the morning. And I drive by 116th and I see his car there at the gym. And he was
Yeah.
like, that was,
And he would post it too. He would tell your ass, it's 4:39 a.m. and you waking up with boogers in your eyes and he in the
that wasn't
gym.
for the video, that was his everyday life.
Yeah.
That's what he did every day.
Yeah.
4 in the morning, get up, go work
Running
out.
around that reservoir.
That's called discipline, right? So this is why we document these things, because this is how we help kids understand what we want to see modeled, right? It's our younger kids, we want these things, right? You can go to the next one. Unless anybody else, that,
It's loyalty.
sorry.
Period.
It's loyalty.
Yeah, I would clap it up for that. Because
That's why
everybody think loyalty means something, but he showed it, right? You could talk that shit, but he showed it. He showed it. Give me an example. Any example you could, like, something that sticks out about his loyalty in general.
the love of his neighborhood.
Yeah.
And he always represented his neighborhood. Whatever he did, he always tried to do something from where he was from.
That's right.
And that was like from when he was a kid up until the day he passed. He was doing always something for the kids,
For the community.
for his community.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that I saw loyalty in the people that he grew up around,
Right.
and the kids that are growing up behind him.
Big.
Like he ain't had to do Carver Love Day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we talking about not even Carver Love Day,
Love Day,
it's
not even
football,
Love Day.
the Carver Love tournament. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
what else did he do? He bought all the food. Bro, yo, he spent like, oh my God, I can't even.
That's called
For the winnings, he came out of his
Right.
pocket.
But the food, the feeding, that's called fellowship.
Everything
all
he did was
fellowship.
paid for.
That's fellowship, right? Folks,
He
fellowship
asked nobody for nothing.
Fellowship is the ability to bring people together.
Right.
Right? And once those people convene, usually over food or something,
Right.
we break bread, right? So anytime inside of in Black Park, nobody's paying for anything.
Right.
So that shouldn't be a hindrance, right? And food insecurity is real in our hood, which is why we're gonna make sure through Ida, who's the new president, so let's clap it up for Ida. This Ida is the new president, so it's about the right time to build a legacy for him and have his legacy carry on. Anybody else?
Yes, I have one.
Sure.
I think a really good word for Candy is intentional. He's very
Intentional, absolutely. Knew exactly where.
And you know, when you're not being blood, you know those relationships hit different.
You put your own word down?
Intentional.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Very intentional, and like I said, he's very intentional about relationships and just people in general. And again, you know, when you're not blood, those relationships hit different.
Right.
Because that's when it has to be intentional. You making a choice to care for this person.
Right.
You making a choice. You know, there's no obligation. Here.
Talk your shit,
You know,
sis.
so I think that he definitely stands on intention.
Talk your shit. Yeah, I couldn't say it better. And unless anybody needs to say.
To what she said,
Uh-huh.
I'm his stepson.
Right.
But you couldn't tell me I wasn't his son.
Right.
That shit mean a lot.
Like, my father was there. My father was there. My father felt. When I called him 5 in the morning, told me, yo, Pam, he couldn't go to sleep after that.
Right.
He said his girl, he was just sitting in the dark, just sitting there. He'd call every time. It was just like, with me and Pam would be in the car, like, he'd just tell these stories. I was looking at him like, yo, you really, like,
Right.
did everything. Like, it's
Right.
like you
So you know how many young dudes in this hood don't got no father?
Right.
Being raised by a single woman?
Let me tell you something. At that viewing, you know how many young guys, older guys hugged me and said he was like a father to me.
Right.
If I could have recorded how many times I
Right.
heard that in my ear when they gave me a hug.
But we're gonna get those things. That's what we're gonna get. That's what the board is out to do. We have to capture those things because that's where funding comes into play to keep his legacy alive. But what you said as a part of any documentary, that needs to be said because a part of what I see is young fathering programs coming through what we're building. It's not just for kids. We make this for adults too, but we start with after school programs and kids. So that's a good way to start.
And real quick, I just want to say that it's crazy how everybody who you ask that to about PAMZ has a different story how
Right.
he impacted someone. Everybody has a different story, and it's a good story, and it's never a negative story. So I just want
That's why we documented it today. This is from the first day one of building this, and every other day after this, we gonna have it on tape.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to piggyback off of what he was saying and stressing the fact that everybody has a story
Yes.
about Candy, and it's a different one. Because if it was the same one, I don't believe it's genuine.
Right. That's
Because
so fire
everybody's
right there.
different.
I like her a lot.
Because everybody's different. There's
I
no
like her a
way,
lot,
there's no
man.
way you can, everybody gets the same person.
Right.
You shouldn't, because
Right.
we all different.
Right.
So when I
Right.
heard you say that, I'm like, that's it. That's what made him so real.
Yes.
Think how we instill this into our youth inside this project, because it's Carver first. I'm not talking about nobody else building.
Right.
Talking about these 11 buildings right here. To that void. I don't even remember what year it was, but I know it got better. He took the shit and made it better. Already had the football going on.
2013.
Yeah, already had the football going on. So it's just easy to dovetail into people in the community, bringing them here to play. That was the goal, is to get different projects to come inside this project so they're not shooting at each other and they know each other.
Right.
Once they see that we know them as younger brothers and nephews, oh shit, that's my little man, oh, that's my son. That's literally how many generations could rock in Carver. He calling himself an OG in his 40s. Think about it. Because we have kids out here at 10, 11 with no father figure at all. So yeah, he's an OG in our age group, that is for sure. Some people older than him are not considered OGs in Carver.
Right.
And I don't gotta say more about that, but that's just the way that it works out. Creative Carver Love, they believed in youth, unity, and community pride. Go ahead. Wyatt Foundation, this work helped thousands, and I do mean thousands. We have to try to quantify that by everybody who came through football outside of just people who played in Carver Love Day or anything that he put on.
Right.
And that's what a part of the board is gonna have to find pretty much alumni who came through these programs. Because they're a funded source, one, but they get us to the point of relevancy and being able to get into a school. Somebody know the principal over there at 171. Somebody know everybody in Boys Harbor, because I'm one of them. Somebody know everybody at the school that he work in.
Right.
Because we in a triangle for the type of program we want to build in his name. Who gonna say no to us?
Right.
Because all your kids live in our projects. So Casita Maria has been dormant for how many years? So tell me this. Who in Casita Maria can we talk to? If I got 20 kids in Casita Maria, it's for literacy. It's because these kids can't read and we know it and they don't have no other time. They're gonna come outside their building and get taken to the damn thing. Who inside of Casita Maria after 3:30? Because the old people and the seniors is in there all morning. My grams used to be in there.
Take over that now.
We're gonna take it over. No, we're not. We're gonna take it over because there's no reason. I grew up in Casita. Any of us who really at my age, it was an after-school program right there in the yellow building, across from the building that you lived in. So this is where we're taking it. But go back one slide. But again, program disappears when leaders pass, right? Everybody said, "Yo, bro, what we gonna do now?" And it's bigger than just Love Day. I want this to not just be, okay, one weekend we celebrate. And I know, again, in terms of just the football league, over there, I went over there yesterday. And it's just, that's every weekend. And he's a big part of that. Like, to see it without him, it just don't feel right. But at the same time, that's a whole donor base. Those are people with kids that may live in Carver. Again, we're not gonna shut everybody out, but the first thing I think we should do is make sure kids in Carver have a path. That's it. And then we bring their parents in. Then by that time, when we got space, we taking on the whole east side. Because that's what we do. We're going to keep it on the east side because there's so many kids over here that need what we want to do. Programs disappear. Community needs stability and structure. Again, we go back to his legacy. Looking back, they'll say, okay, this legacy moves on. Because the grants we'll write will be 5-year block grants. So to get you through middle school, to get you through high school, and into college. He runs these type of programs. He oversees these kids. I do. We all have them here in this hood, but during the summertime, outside of that tournament, they don't have a lot of outlets. Some of them don't want to go to Boys Harbor because they don't see anything that identifies with them. And Boys Harbor has now become very bougie. They're taking in grants from programs from all over. And it's not really reflecting the actual community outside the door. Like when we was here, you can skip. So 2 more slides and then let's eat. And then again, this will start to make sense. So who the foundation is going to serve? Carver houses, East Harlem families, former players and teams. Right, because we can build any type of social service. Anybody who want to go back to school to finish up their GED, anybody who's underemployed need to get an OSHA. All these things are within a phone call, but somebody got to sit down in front of you and tell you that they need it. So a part of the board would be doing general intake, right? You in here, we're going to ask 250 Broadway for a list of all of the school-age kids in Carver, because I got it before. I used to run a program like this in Marcy Houses, a dude from Harlem called Friends of Marcy Houses. It was a group of 15 Jewish people, 13 lawyers and 2 people who worked in media, and they wanted to do something for Marcy Projects. They was all from Brooklyn, but they said, oh, you know, they think we're all poor, and they think everybody in the projects pay $2 a rent. Like, this is why I left eventually. But when I tell you I built a program for them, and I'm like, damn, why don't we do this in Carver? NYCHA loves these ideas, right? So we will become that. This board becomes that. They will throw money at it. The good thing about it is that you already have an LLC. We want to create what's called a 501(c)(3). Shit costs like $300. I pay for it out of my pocket. It's not the funding. It's once you pay for it, it's compliance. Doing this, having meetings, making sure we're not cheating out of $1. Right. We have people from Carver that's living in other states. In Atlanta, one of my guys, Jamal Grimble, my building, certified accountant, works for some of the big. He's the accountant for Home Depot in the country, and that man is from 60 East 102nd. You understand? Evan's little brother. I just was with him, and I'm super inspired because I'm like, now I know him to do it. He was trying to help doing this shit years ago. But now we have PAMZ's name, unfortunately, like this, the worst way ever to do something good for remaining generations. So 2 more slides. What we'll do, so we want to create 4 scholarships, y'all. This is our first order of business. I'm looking for 4 seniors in Carver. Either can help me get the list, or we will get the list. I'm not really that worried. We want 4 seniors, $1,500 scholarship, right? I'm a college prep person. I put a lot of kids in college, just academically and then to play basketball. That's what I did for 25 years, and I started doing that through Boys Harbor. Yep.
So I kind of have the same background as you. I worked at John Day College for 10 years in the athletic department.
Nice.
But a lot of the issues this is a question I have for this program. Is it going to be a need-based or merit-based?
Need, absolutely need, because if you're living in the projects, we're not doing no sliding scale stuff, none of that, right? Everybody in Carver, this is free.
Okay, good.
That's what we asking donations to make this program free. We'll pay staff, Any event we do, you'll have an event staff that get paid. That's what a board is constructed for.
Yeah.
And that's what somebody, you need a treasurer, you need a secretary, everything that we probably already know, and even if you don't, we're gonna teach it till you here. Because then we teach former generations. Again, this is the president of the whole project's tenant association. So every tenant is at our disposal. If they know, wow, they got this just for my kid, yep, we wanna make it exclusive. Right? Not inclusive. It's not inclusive only to Carver for right now, because that's like, the only way you're gonna get in this one is if you in Carver. And I think that is his real legacy. Not to say, again, we can't open it up. But again, after school program with sports and tutoring, because you gotta mix those things in. Nobody's gonna give us money if we just think we're gonna roll basketballs out or footballs out. And I love the whole EHS sports, because we already have it. This man runs it. So can you talk a little bit about EHS sports and what you and PAMZ was doing?
Well, we started with flag football and basketball, and then me and PAMZ talked over the years and said, let's open it up, because you got a lot of kids in the community that don't just play those two sports.
Right.
So we did soccer this summer, and then I just started volleyball. So, and then, you know, growing up, me and PAMZ is my childhood friend. We all played wiffle ball. So
Had to play every sport in East Harlem. You had to play everything.
So that's basically, you know, what we did, because I was doing it for a long time. And that's my background. I've been in the school 20 plus years, PE teacher, athletic coordinator, coach. So PAMZ already knew I was doing that, and he was like, yo, you've been doing it, whatever you need from me, I got you. Whether it be uniforms, trophies.
Right. So these two programs will work together.
Right.
A 501(c) is what's needed to be not-for-profit. We can't accept money and then spend it on ourselves.
Right.
A LLC, you could do that fine, which is an idea I talked to Skip about. Is any merchandise y'all still have of merch, put that online under your LLC. Use that to donate it back to the 501(c). It may take us 30 to 60 days to get this up and running. This ain't a long process, and it's cheap. It don't cost a lot. It just means that now we become a board, and again, somebody's gonna have to be responsible for taxes at the end of the year, which would be Jamal, to make sure that we pay our taxes. Any money we get in terms of donations, there's taxes that's coming back out of that. It's not hard. It's not hard. Trust me. And again, today is not the day to get into all of that. Today is the day just to kind of figure out how to set this up, because we're going to need people to be on this board. I had already put you, your daughter, his brothers on the board as a skeleton, but I want you on this board. You figure out like what you want to do, but again, you're the president, so you're going to have the final say so. I just want to show you the skeleton of how to set this up, and I'll be here every meeting as long as y'all need me. But again, scholarships for $1,500 a piece at $6,000. I want to raise $6,000. I'm looking at crowdfunding only through your LLC.
Right.
So nobody can say, you the administrator. Once we get to 6,000, anything you get over that, you do with it what you want. But I would earmark it for how we get these programs off the ground or the next event. So I think we should have a gala as well. We should have some type of sit-down dinner for PAMZ.
Okay.
Find somebody to perform, right?
cool.
Sell tickets for it,
Yeah.
right? When we do Love Day, we're going to charge you a little bit more for the roster, because the uniforms are going to be crazy. Somebody's going to donate those uniforms to us.
I got 5 years out of this.
You see what I'm saying? We're going to make people be about what they say they're about. That's why you don't see me in the hood a lot, right? Because people ain't about what they say they're about. Sometimes you got to kind of get out of here to see, and he did that. He got out of here, he came back, he understand, like, you know what? Here's what's missing in the hood.
Right.
You see a void, you fill it. Or else you can't really be mad when you see shit go crazy.
Carl Loveday was so excited.
There's
about
a huge
the
void
packages
now.
Coming in. He was so happy.
There's a huge void, but again,
So
we have to
excited.
pay, you got to pay more for a roster now.
Right.
Because this money is going toward the foundation.
Right.
And hopefully a launch of an after-school program in September of 2026. There's not a lot of time, but if we do something small, they say, oh shit, they can do it. Then the next year they give us more money and we get more kids. I find 20 to 30 kids right now. Out of opinions, what would be the best age to start with if we were targeting an after-school piece? Because that's the big goal, right? Scholarship for high school kids. Now we done got them off in September. Now we want to start some for what age group? Because again, this is consensus. This is not one person make all the decisions. That's what a board has to vote, right?
Right.
So we'll get in the mode of thinking that majority is going to win a vote, but what age group should we target?
I think,
15?
Junior high.
Junior high school, yeah. Like
I was hoping you said it, but as long as it comes from out your mouth, it's golden. Boom! You don't got to say nothing else. If you say it, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what being the president of a board. I mean, we're going to vote on it. And yeah, it's the best age because it's most impressionable. Elementary's a little bit too young.
Yeah.
But that graduating out of the 5th grade, get them. That summer, you're coming with us. Because now you're going to 6th grade, things are going to change. Puberty, you get your period, got your little sticker in the mail, if you're a boy, if you know what that means. But that's the time when you need counselors, and that's when we had Casita Maria. For real, 11 to 13, treacherous.
Yeah.
Especially now, we know this. And the last 3 things, adult GED and job readiness, anybody who did not finish, anybody who got a GED but want to go to college, that's what I've been doing for 30 years. I sit down and do it to myself, but we will put things in place to have a college prep piece or a GED piece, what they call tasks. And then job readiness, right? That's my new career. What I'm in now is basically making sure we pipeline people into the workforce. And then there are a lot of people here that have degrees, they just underemployed. They don't make enough money on their job. So it's getting them the extra training that they need. And that's what I'm telling you. They will fund IDA money to help find those people. This is going to be our headquarters to bring these people in. So we're working on 2 things, making sure that she's meeting her agenda items, that everything that a president has to be responsible for, but dovetail this into it. Because anything with the youth, let him be a part of that, right? And let you guys take the older adults to make sure that they're getting the services that they need. You run pantry out of here, Ida?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're going to get the kids. In order to get the scholarship, you got to pack up these bags and feed our people in this pantry. I'm going to need an essay. You're going to help me read it, right? You're going to read these essays. We're going to come up with 4. We got 10 kids who apply for these scholarships. We got 20. Hey, you didn't make it, we find something else for them. We'll still have all of them a party. They'll come to that gala. And if you didn't get the scholarship through the essay, maybe somebody's willing to adopt you. You see what I'm saying? And sponsor you in college. That's how the shit work everywhere else. Why can't it work here? So that's what we got to, today is the day that we believe or we don't. And I know we do. It's just the implementation of our beliefs is what's going to really hit. Entrepreneurship support. This is where, again, I came into that pizza shop and took a picture with him. Skip took the picture, and I forgot about that picture until Skip sent me pictures for today. And I bust out crying. And I don't want to cry now. So, community events like Love Day, I think it needs to be bigger than that. Right? It's just, that was a weekend. And if it rains, we stuck. That's what I got to think like this.
Right.
I think the worst that could happen to make sure it don't happen. That's why me and my man Juice Jones, it didn't work because I'm that guy. Like, I want everything to go right. So it's called proactively thinking. If we just did it outside, you would have to charge a lot more for a roster. Because we got to think fundraising now. And again, we're going to need somebody to fundraise and be the treasurer.
I'm
so,
confused, I'm sorry.
Sure.
You keep saying Rasta, what is that?
Oh, the Washington team.
You thought it was a Jamaican dude? You know, it's a Jamaican dude? A Jamaican? You thought it was Jamaican? Nah, a basketball roster. The number of people on the team, like the names of the people on the team.
I was like,
But boop, boop, not that roster. Boop, boop.
and I'm not getting it. I'm like, usually you can figure this out in the next context of a sentence, and I'm like,
Nah.
I need to know where.
No, you would pay for your team roster, I should have said.
Yeah,
Right, and again, if PAMZ was doing it for free, now we would have to charge you.
Yeah.
That money would have to be in advance. I would let it run through Eric, because that's what we do, right? But the treasurer would be a part of that. Again, the collecting of the monies, because now we would become a board, and that could happen within the next 2 meetings. Literally swearing us in to be a board. You'd be sworn into your position as an officer of the board. And the last 2 things before we eat, just entrepreneurship support. Again, teaching people how to write business plans. These are adults, even our younger kids. But for some people who want to start a business, there's so many loans, but most people don't know how to write a business plan.
Right.
We could teach people how to use ChatGPT, and then that'll help them write their business plan. It ain't hard, but I want to be there to help you, Ida, because I'll donate one day out of my time. At this point, I mean, that's a part of the legacy of helping to give back, is that somebody gonna have to do something and not get paid for it. So this ain't that, right? This ain't about money right now until it's about money, because then if it's about money, you're gonna remember who was here. Community events like Love Day, again, so we'll break right now and get something to eat. It's maybe like 6 more slides.
All right.
And then we out of here for today. But yeah, let's get to the eatings, man.